Prevent is one part of the government's counter-terrorism strategy called Contest. It's the preventative and long-term approach aspect of the strategy. So it's important to say that Prevent is safeguarding vulnerable people from being drawn into terrorism or extremism, and it's similar to other safeguarding processes designed to protect people from gangs, knife crime, physical or sexual abuse. Prevent is also about tackling all forms of terrorism and extremism and also emerging risks, so irrespective of ideology. Prevent doesn't operate in the criminal space. It's aimed at supporting people before they get drawn into criminal activity, radicalisation, and it also aims to divert and support people away from extremism at the very earliest stages.
The Prevent duty provides organisations with some clarity around what their roles and responsibilities are, and it's essentially to help divert people before they get into criminal activity. We come together every quarter or so. We have representatives from education. We look at academic studies, Prevent and radicalisation and terrorism. And there's certain organisations will have a statutory duty, so that might be universities, the local authority. And it's working to understand the risk in the local area, it's working to understand the risk in the local organisation. It's ensuring that there's sufficient training, learning and development within each organisation so that people can recognise if someone's at risk or vulnerable to being brought into being radicalised for terrorist activity. So it's very much working in partnership, understanding individual organisational and statutory responsibilities, but also seeing a wider view across Portsmouth and supporting each other with that and supporting that view with the latest research.
There's no single route to radicalisation. There are some behaviours that could be a cause for concern. These could be accessing extremist material online, promoting harmful ideologies and justifying violence, for example. There are 3 stages. Notice, check and share procedure is useful when there is a concern that someone might be at risk of becoming involved in or supporting terrorism. Firstly, notice. This is about recognising behaviour that might cause concern using your professional judgment like any other safeguarding concern. Secondly, check. If you notice a change in behaviour, check with a colleague, safeguarding lead or the line manager. Please gather as much information as possible about the risk of radicalisation and any other relevant factors. Finally, share. If there are sufficient concerns, it is important you or the safeguarding lead make a Prevent referral that can be done via the Prevent National Referral Form. Advice can also be sought from the Prevent team in the local authority. It's good practice to seek consent to share information, but this is not required. This would put the individual or others at risk.
The Channel programme starts with a Prevent referral. When a Prevent referral is submitted, it is passed to the police and the relevant adult or child safeguarding team for assessing. If there is a genuine risk of radicalisation, the case will be considered by a multi-agency safeguarding channel panel who will consider the case and decide on a tailored programme of support. Support can include mentoring, counselling, theological support or assistance with employment. It is not about criminalising the individual. The channel panel is chaired by the local authority. It includes professionals such as the police, social services, education, housing and mental health professionals. Channel is a voluntary programme. Individuals or their parents, where relevant, need to decide whether they wish to take advantage of the support it offers. It is not a criminal or civil sanction. Channel is confidential. Participation will not show up on any checks and it will not have a negative impact on an individual's life in any way. If a person does not engage with the Channel programme or withdraws their support for it, they may be offered alternative services. Any ongoing risk will be managed by the police.
So in summary, Prevent is just about safeguarding vulnerable people from the risk of radicalisation. It's about early intervention that steers individuals away from harmful or criminal behaviour or pathways. Also, remember, Prevent tackles all forms of extremism, and if you feel somebody's at risk of radicalisation, speak to colleagues, your safeguarding lead or the Prevent team for advice. If you're concerned about immediate or serious harm, please contact the police without delay.